Hey guys, this is Naveen here. Welcome back to Naveen Automation Labs. In this video, we are going to talk about that how to create a Selenium project with Gradle. Gradle is just like Maven, another build automation tool. So far, what we have seen, we have created most of the projects with the Maven. Either you're designing the framework, your framework project is also based out of Maven. And whenever you are integrating with the TestNG with Selenium also, you are using Maven and then adding number of plugins like compiler plugin, Surefire plugin, and all those things. And then we have added the dependencies according to the Maven dependencies we have added, and then we are writing and creating the project. In some companies, if you really want to use Gradle also, that also you can do it. So here in Maven, we have pom.xml file. In Gradle, we have build.a Gradle file that we are going to use. So what exactly we are going to do? Today, we are going to create one Gradle project. We will use Selenium library. We will add TestNG also along with that. So TestNG Selenium, like we will create some test cases over here, and then we will try to run it with the Gradle, and let's see how exactly it is working. So there is no change in the Selenium code, no change in the TestNG code. So some people, they get confused that with Gradle, do I need to write something else? The Selenium code will be different or TestNG code will be different. No, that's not the right thing. With Maven or Gradle or whatever, any build automation tool that you're rewriting it with respect to Java or any language, the main code will remain same. It's not like driver equal to new Chrome driver will change in Gradle, but will change in Maven. No, it's not like that. Maven and Gradle, these are just build automation tool, which will help you to create the project, which will help you to create a build for your project like this. Okay. So let's see how to do this. Create one Gradle project. So let's see, this will be my Gradle project. Under this particular Gradle project, we are going to create, just like we have Maven, we have pom.xml file. Same thing in Gradle, we have this build.gradle file. In this build.gradle file, that what we are going to write, just like pom.xml file, we are going to maintain a couple of other things. We are going to provide any, if you have any plugins information, we are going to define its dependency also. And in Gradle, everything is based out of task. So you have to create a task. So for example, let's say I'm going to create one test task. And under this test task, I'm going to use that, okay, TestNG with that. And then whatever the testng.xml file that you have created, we will give the testng.xml path over here, so that my Gradle will get to know when I have to run this TestNG task there, it has to pick the test cases from testng.xml. So we have to give the path of testng.xml in the Gradle file. Just like in pom.xml file, in Maven, we give the testng.xml file. This is your suite.xml file. We give in the Surefire plugin. Same thing, we have to do it over here as well. So let's create a project in IntelliJ. So for that, I'll do one thing. I'm going to open my IntelliJ here with respect to Gradle. You can use Eclipse also. It's totally up. So let's see, I'll simply go to a new project. I'm going to create it over here. I'm going to write that, okay, which kind of project that you really want to create here. So here I'm going to use, let's see, Gradle with Java, Groovy, and anything. Just like we create Java project or Maven project, I'm going to pick Gradle this time, and then I'm going to use it, Gradle with Java. So let's use it here like this. So what I'm going to do that, I'm just going to click on next here. Okay, so here we have to give a nice name of the project. So for example, let's see, I'm going to write that is my taking a name here. Let's see, app demo. And then after that, you simply click on finish. When you click on finish, it will start creating one Gradle project. And then here you can see it has started processing over here. By default, it will give you one build.gradle file here. And then that's it. After that, you just need to wait for a few seconds. It's actually building the project. Here you can see the process got started here. You can just click on show all. And here you can see that it's building the project and everything for you. By default, it will give you the JUnit dependency. So we don't need JUnit as of now. So we will remove it once the project is created. Here you are getting a message that build got successfully done, and perfect. Now what I'll do, first of all, that under same folder structure, src main Java, you will be getting it. And same thing under src test also, you are getting src test Java along with the resources folder also, we are getting it here. And what I'm going to do that, I'll just open this build.gradle, this one. This is just like pom.xml file. Open this build.gradle, and under this build.gradle, you have to add the dependency first. So first of all, I don't need this JUnit dependency. I'm going to remove it. So this is the dependencies section. we have to write. So how will you find the dependencies? So let's find it. So right click on it and go to new window, Selenium. Let's write Maven. Although on the Maven repository, .com, you will find Gradle as well as Maven dependencies also for Selenium for all the artifacts. You are getting it here. So I click on Selenium Java and I'm going to use Selenium 4.9.1 and see this. This is for the Maven. So in Maven, we used to add this dependency like this. And in Gradle, we have to add the dependencies over here like this. Okay. So I'll just do one thing. I'll just copy this implementation group or something like this. And then I'm going to paste it over here. That's it. And save it. How will you read this Gradle dependency? Same thing. This is the group ID. This is the name of the project, which is like artifact ID. And this is a version of 491. We are using it over here. Remember one thing, in Maven, what we do Maven update project and all those things. So here you have to do a Gradle update over here, load Gradle changes. So whenever you make any changes in your build.gradle, please click on this. So you have to sync on it. You can click on this Gradle also. You can click on the sync icon, and then it will download all 4.9.1, whatever the dependency that you have added for Selenium. And then it will be added over here under external libraries. So here you can see that under external libraries, all my Selenium dependencies got added here. Okay. What else we need? I need to add TestNG dependency also. So for that, again, we need to go to TestNG dependency. So I can just simple search for TestNG here, because we are going to use TestNG. So let's click on it. Whatever the latest version of TestNG you want to use, you can use it. So for example, let's say I'm going to use them. So let's say I'm going to use 780. And what you simply go to Gradle and then test implementation, copy this, and then paste it over here. And then simple, again, save it, and then update the Gradle project once again. So you can see that it's downloading 780 dependencies as well. Other than that, right now, we don't need any kind of dependency. That's it. Only two dependencies, Selenium and TestNG dependency we have added. Now we are absolutely good to go to write the code. So I'll do one thing under src test Java. I'll simple right click, and then I'm going to create a simple a package here. So let's create a package. Let's see, the package name is my test package. And under my test package, I'm going to create one simple basic class here. So let's see, I'm going to create one Java class. So let's create one Java class. And my class name is, for example, I'm going to use this application. You can use this open cart application hosted on my domain, NaveenAutomationLabs.com. Let's start with the login page, and then I'm going to use this particular URL, and then I'm going to launch this application, right? So again, right click on it, go to new, create a class. And this is my, let's see, login page test class. I'm not writing any page object model. I'm just simply writing a simple test directly over here. And then I'm going to write another test also. Let's create one more Java class. And here after login, we are landing on this particular page, and then we have to add, let's see, a couple of other things also we have to verify. So let's see, this is the home page. So after login, we are not landing on the home page. Okay. So here I'm going to create, this is my home page test. And then we have to launch the browser with the driver initialization and all those things. So for that, I'll do one thing under src test Java. I'm going to create one more package. Let's say I'm going to create one base package. And under base package, I'm going to create my base test also, right? So base test will be having the before test and after test annotation methods, like my setup method and the tear down method. Then I'm going to do what? I'm going to create one protected web driver that I'm going to use it here. Why protected? So that I'll give the access to the current class plus all the child classes in the same package or in a different package. Instead of using public, I'm going to use protected over here. And then just WebDriver, you need to import. So here you can see the import is coming. Now I'm going to create what? A simple method. Let's see, my setup method. In this particular setup method, and this setup method is having what? Before test annotation, right? So this will become like a prerequisites for me. And then this particular driver, I'm going to use it here. And what I'll do, this at the rate before test, I'm going to supply with at the rate parameters also, so that we can just supply the browser information that on which browser you want to run your test cases. Let's see, I really want to supply from the testng.xml file. So here I'm going to use that, use this particular browser variable. This browser variable will be passed from the testng.xml file, so that we are going to create it, okay, in some time. Then I'm going to store whatever the browser value which is coming in this particular browser name variable. And then I can simply write one switch case statement here that this will be what browser name, and a number of cases that I can create it over here. That is my first case. The case number is what? The case is, for example, if you really want to run test cases on Google Chrome, right? So this is my case. If you really want to run the test case on Google Chrome, then what should I do? My driver is equal to what? New Chrome driver. This is what I have to write, right? And then I have to break. Same way, I can create, let's see, three cases over here, case number 2 and case number 3. So one case for Firefox and one case for Edge browser. This is a typical cross-browser code that we always write. So let's see, Firefox driver, and this is my Edge driver. I'm going to use it here. And then I'm going to create one default case here. That is, let's see, the default case says that if nothing is found, then I'm going to write what? I'm going to write a simple statement here that s out that please pass the right browser, something like this. Okay. Then I'm going to use a break over here as well. And this is my switch is getting ended, started here and ended over here. Okay. Then this is simple setup method that I'm going to write. And then once your browser is, everything is initialized, then I'm going to launch my URL and everything. So here I'm writing, let's see, driver dot get method. And then this is a URL, this URL that I'm going to write. Remember guys, I'm not using any page object model. So please don't think that, okay, because page object model will be different. Concept will remain same. Today, we are just focusing on the how to create a simple Gradle project, integrate with TestNG, Selenium, and everything. So that's why we have to create a TestNG class. Otherwise, I could have directly created one simple page class with the main method, right? So then after that, before that, I can do a couple of things. The driver dot manage dot delete all the cookies. And then after that, I really want to launch in the maximize mode also. So driver dot manage dot window dot maximize. Perfect. So this is the thing that we have returned. And once this driver.get method is ready, after that, that's it. Then I go back to my login page test. Login page test is doing what? Extending the base test here. Okay. And what should I write? I just need to start writing my first test here. A simple test that I'm going to write. Let's see, public void. And then I'm writing that is a login page, for example, title test. Check that title is correct or not. So how will you check it? I can simply write that assert dot assert equals, and then this is your actual value. That is what I'm writing, that get title method, a comma, and what exactly the title for the login page. So title for the login page, I can just simply go log out and then go to the login page. This is account login. Okay. So here I'm going to write, this is the account login. Simple test I have written, and then I'm going to write one more test over here that let's see, on the same login page, I really want to check that this logo is there or not, or image logo is there or not. That's it. Okay. I don't want to write some lengthy test cases. We're just creating a simple project here. Inspect this guy. And then here you can see the title is equal to Naveen open card with img tag. Okay. So I'm going to write another @test annotation. And then I'm going to write, this is my public void. And let's see, this is my login page logo test. And how will you assert? Simple write directly, let's see, assert dot assert equals. And I'm writing that driver dot find element by dot. I can quickly create an XPath here. And this is the img tag. Okay, where title, which is equal to the title that we have already pasted here, this Naveen open card. This is img tag. And then here I'm going to use that If it is displayed, then I'm comparing with the true over here. That's it. So only two simple test cases. Let's see, I have written here. Same thing, I can write some test cases for the home page test also. So for home page test is also extending the base test. So let me write, this is also extending the base test. And the login page test also having, let's see, few test cases are there. Sorry, home page is also having a few test cases are here. You must be thinking, why I'm able to access driver? Driver I have already initialized in my base test. So that's why I'm able to inherit the driver from the base test. Okay. One more thing in the base test, we can write a tear down method also, that at the rate after method, or you can write at the rate after test. Once your test is done, then please, all the tests are done. Tear down method will be called. And what should I write? Simple driver dot quit over here. That's it. Okay. So this is the thing that we have written. Control Shift L for the formatting. Now go to homepage test, and homepage test after login. What do you want? So I'll do one thing, that I'm going to log in first here. So here you can write that username, password, and all those things. So you can just quickly go there and let's quickly log in. Okay. So I'm going to write input hyphen email ID is available. So here I'm writing that check that user is logged in test, something like this. Okay. Remove this thing. And here I'm writing that driver dot find element by dot ID. ID is available, this one. And then do what? Send keys. And let's see, I'm passing the hard-coded value right now. This is the value that I'm going to use, this one. Okay. So simply use this particular value here. And then same thing I'm writing for the password also. And then the password here, you can use this password if you want to use it. Same password, 12345. Remove this gmail.com here. And then after that, we have to click on the login button. And then I'm going to write dot click over here. Perfect. After dot click, see this carefully. This application says when you log in, and this is the logged in page. And a couple of things we can check. If I'm able to see the logout link, it means I have successfully logged in. If it is title is my account, then also I can say I have successfully logged in. Or in the URL also, if the URL contains account, that is also we can say logged in. So it's up to you that what kind of assertion you want to write. So let's write a basic assertion for us that if logout link is there, this is a logout. Here you can see the link text logout is there. It means we have successfully logged in, so that we can write our assertion here. So I'm going to write, let's see, one assert dot assert equals once again that driver dot find element by dot link text. I can use it. Good that, okay, we are writing some varieties of locators also. And then we just simple write dot is displayed, comma, true here. Perfect. So one assertion is done. Second thing, what do you want to write? Second thing here on this page, I really want to check the search field is there or not. That's it. Okay. I'm not performing any search. So we can use this name equal to search is there. Search existed. I just want to check search is there or not. So again, I'm writing that assert dot assert equals driver dot find element by dot name this time. This is a search field. Again, dot is displayed, comma, true. Okay. Later on, if you want, you can improve your test cases. Right now, we are not focusing much on the test cases. We just want to check, can we really run these test cases from the Gradle or not? Okay. So two test cases we have written. If you really want to run them individually, let's try that. So right click on it and then go to run. Let's see from here, is it really working or not? So it's doing something. Okay. Okay. I think it looks failed from here. We will see. It's saying that, see, failed to task. Let me just run it with the XML file also later. But okay, let's not run it from here. We will run it from the build file directly. Because see, can you see a message here that no test found for the given includes, and it's saying execution failed for task test, because there is no task is defined in this particular build.gradle file. So if you directly run it from here, it might not work. Okay. So what should I do? I go to my build.gradle over here, dependency that we have already added here. Here we have to add a task. How to add a task? So we are going to create a task here. That is, let's see, a test task that we are going to create, and then test task will start from here. So as I mentioned, right, that in a build.gradle file in Gradle, whenever you really want to execute a test case or something, you have to create a task. And what exactly this task is doing? This task is saying that I want to use TestNG. So I really want to use TestNG. This is already predefined. So like a method which is already predefined, or you can say kind of block. And then here we have to give a couple of properties over here. The first property that I really want to write, that what will be your output directory, which is equal to, I have to write file, and then I'm writing, okay, please generate all the output of TestNG with test hyphen output over here like this. Okay. If you are having any listener or something, so that also you can write it. Let's say use default listeners, because in TestNG sometimes we have to use listeners also if you really want to use like extend report or something. So right now default listeners, whatever is there, you can write it here. So use default listeners, and then here we have to give the suite file also. Like, do you have any testng.xml file that you have created? So that is not available right now. See, this is there is no testng.xml file we have created. So what I'll do, I'll go to under src test resources, and then under resources, let's create a simple folder. So here I'm writing, let's say this is my test runner, and under this test runner, I'm going to create a file. So let's see, the file name is testng.xml. Right. Now in the testng.xml file, what should I do? I have to supply the suite name and all those things. We have to write it here. Testng.xml file. And here we can say that testng regression suite, or whatever the application name that we are writing. Let's say we are using open card suite here. Thread count is equal to, let's say I really want to generate 2 threads here, parallel equal to test. And I don't want to pass any URL, because URL we have already used in the base test. And browser equal to Chrome, let's say I'm passing. And what is the name of the test? The name of the test we are writing according to our classes, according to our test cases that we have written. So let's see, login page test. So here I'm writing, this is my login, let's see, page test. And which class is responsible for this? The class name is my test dot what? The login page, right? So this is what, let's see, we are passing. Same, one more test block, I can write it here. Remove this and paste it here. And after that, I don't have any test blocks. Let me remove the third block here. So this is the, under this particular suite, I have 2 test blocks or test I have written. And every test is having the respective test class here. So you don't need to write any dot class or dot Java. It will automatically read it. And this is what, this is my home page test. Browser equal to, for this guy, browser equal to Chrome. And for this guy also, let's see, browser equal to Chrome, we have supplied here. Then perfect. So I'll do one thing. Whenever you get this icon here, right, it means we have made some changes in the build.gradle file, and it will ask you to sync your build Gradle project. Okay, but we will sync it sometime, but we have to give the suite path over here. So suite path you have to give from src / what? Under src, there is one test, and under that test, you have resources, right? This one. So I'm going to write, this is my resources / test runner, and the file name is what? The testng.xml file. Up to that, you have to write it here. After that, simple save it. Okay. And simple load the Gradle changes, click on it, and then it will start syncing here. Okay. So here you can see once the process is done, then we can start. Okay. So looks good so far. And dependencies we have added and all those things, that is also fine. And now I'll do one thing. See, there is one test implementation is also written. So what is the difference between implementation and the test implementation? Implementation means the Selenium library I can use anywhere while implementing the code under src main Java also, or under src test Java. Test implementation means the TestNG that I'm going to write only and only for the src test Java, only for writing my test cases. But let's say tomorrow you really want to use some TestNG code under src main Java also. So better you give, instead of test implementation, you give only implementation here, right? And then do one thing, just an I small here. And again, sync the Gradle project. So once it's synced, all the errors are gone. Perfect. So this is a task that we have created. This is called a test task. You can directly run it from here. That also we can do it. So what will happen? If we start from here, it will go to this particular testng.xml file. And then testng.xml file will run thread count equal to 2, parallel equal to test. It will start running these two tests in the parallel mode, like login page and the home page test. For example, it will go to the login page test. It will go to the base test. Base test will pick this particular browser that we are passing from the XML file. This browser value equal to Chrome. So Chrome will be given to the base test, and the same browser name we are using it over here in a cross-browser logic, right? And then after that, driver equal to Chrome and all those things will start running. Enter the URL and everything, it will do it. And then after that, it will go to the login page test. It will run these two test cases. Perfect. Then again, it will go to the testng.xml file. In the parallel, home page test also will be running. So for home page test, what exactly it will do? Again, it will go to the home page test. And for home page test, it will start entering the username, password, and everything. And then after that, it will run these two test cases also there. So what I'll do, I'll make this guy priority also. Let's see, priority is equal to 1. Run this one and then run this one. Because what will happen? Let's see if this particular test is running, because H we have written. So by default, TestNG will start running in the alphabetic mode. So without login, how can we test the home page search, right? So better you first log in and then run this. Although we can improve it later on with dependencies and all such things if you really want to do that. But right now, let's see, I'm making it like this. Same thing for the login page test also. Here, it doesn't matter. Title test and the logo test, we can run it over here. Okay. So let's try. From here, I'm going to run this particular task from here. So see this, click on it and run app test. Let's see, is it really working or not? Okay, looks like, see, two Chrome browsers are running from here. Can you see? Running in the parallel mode. One is for that and another one is for login and another one is for the accounts page. After login, perfect. And you can see that all my test cases are absolutely working fine here, like this. So yes, yeah, we have successfully executed that. This is the task we have to execute. Now let's see the same task I really want to execute from the terminal. So what I can do, simple go to the terminal, and from the terminal you can execute that. See, this is the app test. Make sure that, okay, you are in the project directory. And then you simple write Gradle, just like Maven test or Maven clean install we write, right? Here you can simple write Gradle test, please run this particular task. And it will come here, it will use TestNG, and then all those things, it will read the testng.xml file and all the test cases will start running. So simple, let's run it and let's see. Here you can see it's compiling the project and everything, and then it will start running. Just like first test compilation is done and all those things, and then it will start running the test cases. So here you can see two test cases are running in the parallel mode here. Okay. So yeah, this is also absolutely working fine and it's saying, yeah, all my test cases got executed properly here. Right. Now I'll do one thing. I quickly check that it is really picking other browsers also. For example, let's see, this test I really want to run on Chrome. This test I really want to run it on the Firefox. So one Chrome, one Firefox in the parallel mode, right? So let's run it again. Or you can run the command also, like same Gradle test also, you can do it. So let's see, this time it's picking or not. So yeah, you can see one Firefox and one Chrome. See, one Firefox, one Chrome. Login is done on Chrome. Firefox is still running. And the same test is absolutely working fine in the parallel mode. Two tests files are running, absolutely good to go. Perfect. So this is also fine. If you really want to run it from the testng.xml file, let's see, is it really picking from here or not? So right click on it and then go to run testng.xml. So yeah, so this is also picking. You can see Chrome and Firefox. This is also absolutely working fine from there. Okay, so there is no issue. This is absolutely good to go. Nice. And now after that, you really want to add the page object model and page classes and all those things. You can just create the page classes, page action methods, start calling them from here. And then the typical page object model design patterns or frameworks, you can use it here. Okay. Then again, I'll go back to the build Gradle tomorrow. If you really want to add some more, let's see, more dependencies, let's say Cucumber or any other dependency or Apache Py API dependency, I can just simple add it here in the dependency section. The moment you add a dependency section, make sure that, okay, you can see that this is a run button is also coming, run app test dependencies section. If you really run it, see that what happens, it will, add all the dependencies and everything. It will display that, okay, internally, how many dependencies that you are using it here, all the transient and then direct dependency, jar files, everything it's showing it here. Moment you make any changes, you can just make the changes. If you really want to, let's see, change the version or new version, anything you want to use it, you just need to go to Gradle and then make sure that, okay, you are reload the entire Gradle project once again from here. Whenever you are making any changes in the project or in the build.gradle file. Same thing, if you can see the folder structure here, you can check it here. Now, one last thing that we mentioned, that please output directory of the TestNG should be test output folder. That also you can mention that. Let's see, report folder or anything. So you can see that test output folder got created and all like index.html and then all those files are generated here. You can just simple right click on it. And then if you really want to open in your browser, you can just simple open that. So let's see if I'm opening in the browser. Here you can see that the, two test cases are there and then login page test, home page test are running here. 4 test cases got passed. It's a new layout. That's good. And then, yeah, so this is a new theme of the TestNG. If you go to the switch to the retro theme, that's a basic previous theme that we were using it. Now, if you really want to use the ultra theme, again, this is the ultra theme. You can just check all your suites over here, open card suite name, and then all the chronological view. If you really want to check that, a reporter output, okay, reporter output is not coming. Timers is coming, and then 4 test cases are working fine here like this. Okay. And other than that, this is emailable report.html also there. So I click on it and go to open again in the browser. So this is a emailable report having more tabular format and better information. Login page test, home page test in the web table report is coming like this. If any failure is there, it will be marked with the red color here, right? And yeah, so all the things, result is coming over here. If any test is getting failed, it will create one TestNG failed.xml also, it will create that. Perfect. Other than that, there are a couple of new files like settings.gradle file will be created. This is having your root project name, app test like this. So don't change it as it is, make it like this. There is one more, a batch file is also there. See, this is the batch file. Please don't make any changes without any, okay, if you don't have any knowledge about it, don't do that. Just like in Maven, we have settings.xml, right? Where you can just give the JVM options and all those things. Here also, we can define here, like what is the memory size I really want to use for the basic default JVM options and all those things. You can use it here. You can just set up your environment variable, give the path of Java_home. Those things you can give it here. But please don't change it. Anything if you are not aware of it, let it be like this. Okay. So that's all. Folder structure and everything will remain same. After that, if you really want to push this code to the Git repository or anything, the same process will work. There is no change with respect to Gradle here. So that's it. Let me know if you're facing any issue with the Gradle. It's good to go. If you're struggling with the Gradle, you can use this concept and then create your own framework with Gradle. Same process will work with the API automation, also mobile automation with Java or Selenium. If you're using Playwright with Gradle, that also you can use it with the same exact way. Everything will remain same. Please don't get confused that my Java code or Selenium code will be different in Gradle. No, it's not like this. Okay, that's all for this video. I hope you liked it. Thank you so much for liking it. Thank you so much for watching this. I'll see you in the next video. Till then, take care and God bless you all guys.